Hi, it's Jessica Taylor, and yesterday I shared a video with you about the new Stampin' Up! Occasions catalog, and I showed you these different size boxes that I made with the new Lots to Love Box Framelits Dies. And I've had a ton of questions about how I made the boxes the different sizes, and so I just wanted to really quickly show you how to do that because it's super easy. So this is what the framelits look like. I keep mine on magnet cards so they're easier to get on and off and find quickly. But this is what you'll need to make the boxes. And you just need to cut out 2 of these pieces to make 1 box. So the first thing I wanted to tell you is how to cut your cardstock to do that, because I like to always get the most out of my cardstock. So let me go ahead and grab my paper cutter so I can do that. Hi Diane, snowy South Carolina. I'm in Wisconsin, so we know all about the snow, but I think we're a little bit more used to it here than you are. So the first thing you want to do when you're cutting your cardstock is know that it needs to be 4 1/4 inches wide to cut the box. And so you're going to change the length of it based on how big you want your box to be, but you always want it to be 4 1/4 inches wide. So I found to get the most out of my cardstock, first I cut an 8.5 by 11 sheet at 4 1/4 this way. And then I turned it and cut it at 4 1/4 this way. Now these pieces here are a little bit longer, but this is gonna allow you to get 3 of these out of 1 sheet of cardstock. So if you wanted to make more than 1 box, if you wanna make a bunch of boxes, you're gonna get at least 3 pieces out of 1 sheet of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. So I hope that helps as you're trying to figure this out. So also, when you do that, when you line up your pieces to cut, it's really close. So you can see it's really close. It's gonna be fine, but it's really close. So it doesn't matter if you're a tiny bit off, it's okay, because it's just the side flaps that are gonna be affected. So once you have pieces cut, you're gonna put them on your Big Shot platform. I actually have my magnetic platform just because that's what I have handy. But you can use your regular platform too. Put a clear cutting pad on top of it, then your cardstock, then your piece. So you want to just make sure that you catch this part here, because that's the flap that is going to close the box. And so you want to make sure that you catch that. If you cut a shorter piece and this part goes off the end, that's okay. That's how you're going to make smaller boxes. So just know that you need to cut pieces like that. So then, this is the full size card. So if you cut the full size framelit like this, you're gonna get 2 pieces like this. The key is you wanna turn them opposite ways so that when you tape them together, if you tape them this way, there's no bottom. So you have to tape them so these rounded edges are on opposite sides so that you can tuck these in and the box fully closes. So to do that, I like to take just a little bit of the tear-in tape and put it right along the edge. This is sturdier than most of your double-sided tapes or even like your snail. And I think it's really easy to use. So you're just gonna put it on and then peel off the backing, which is always easier when you're not on camera. But then again, remember we want the pieces at opposite ends. And so we're just going to tape the flaps together like so. And then you'll do the same thing on the other side so that it forms your box and you can close the ends. Okay, so that's the full size one. If you want to make them a little bit smaller, and you can make these any height that you want, these are just a couple other ones that I had played around with, you can just make the pieces shorter. So if you wanted to get 2 of this box out of 1 8.5 by 11 sheet, you just cut it into quarters. So this piece is 4 1/4 by 5.5. And when you put your template on, or your framelit on, you wanna just make sure that it catches this rounded part and then this part hangs off the end. So that when you cut 2 of these, you're just gonna get shorter pieces. And then you do the same thing. You just turn them to the side and glue the flaps together that way, and you're gonna get a shorter box like this. When you're looking at the framelits, there's these kind of funny looking ones. These are what you would use to make this little notch. If you wanna make it easier to open them, just use this little notch piece here, and you have to do it as far as I can tell, I haven't been able to figure out how to do it at the same time. You have to do it after. And I just use like a Post-it note or some washi tape to hold it in place where I want it, and then run it through my Big Shot. So that's how I made this size box. And then this one, I just cut it down a little bit smaller. So sometimes, even if you cut your pieces the same size like this, when you cut them out, because you put the framelit, like maybe it's up a little or down a little when you do the cutting, and your pieces end up being a little bit different, then you're just going to trim the ends down. So just after you cut them, line them up, trim the ends down so that they are the same length, and then you'll be able to make any size box. So you can fit different things in the boxes. The full-size box, you can fit the new narrow note cards from Stampin' Up right in those boxes. So that's kind of fun. You can definitely fit lots of different candies and things inside of this. This size I made so that it's perfect for a gift card. It's just kind of the right length for a gift card. And then this smaller one, you can put anything you want inside. You could even make a little bit smaller one for Chapstick. You might need to, if you want to make it smaller than this flap, you might need to just cut off part of the flap straight. Okay, Sharon asked, what framelits are these from? They are called Lots, I'm going to say it wrong. They're from this new Stampin' Up! Occasions catalog. They're called Lots to Love Box Framelit Dies, and they're on page 19. So it's one of those things, when I first saw the catalog, I was like, what are these and why would I want them? Because they seem very Valentine-y because they're in that box and they have lots of heart framelits in them. But as you can see, I plan on using this box for all kinds of different things. So many fun things you can do with them. So I hope that helps you. If you get this die, I hope it helps you to make lots of different boxes and get creative with it. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day.